morning, everyone. Today is Friday. It's a windy day today in Davao City, Philippines. Today I am here because I am going to talk about our trip going here in the Philippines. We arrived here on November 1, 2022. Yes, last Wednesday, midnight. I am going to clear out things about the lifting of requirements when you enter the Philippines. In the news, it sounds so appealing. The president has already signed an executive order. These are the 3 changes that the Philippine government is going to impose. Starting November 1, 2022, first one, the lifting of the mask mandate, both indoors and outdoors. Second one, the completion of eARRIVAL card, which could be done upon arrival or before boarding the flight. And the third one is the testing for the unvaccinated travelers. You only have to present the negative antigen test taken 24 hours before departure. Let's talk about the eARRIVAL card. So we started our trip in Chicago O'Hare, October 31, 2022 at 7:15 a.m. When we checked in, the lady in charge there looked for our passport. And when she learned that we were going to the Philippines, so she right away read the requirements and asked my husband, how many days are we going to stay in the Philippines? And then we waited for a while because she kept reading about all the requirements. And she said, you might need a test. And then my husband said, what test? Because you will be entering the Philippines. That's a requirement. But then again, we waited for a while, like a few minutes, for her to finalize everything. Although she was still not really sure, I could see it in her face, but luckily we were able to get the go signal and we were allowed to check in. So it wasn't easy. Even if we heard in the news that Philippines is kind of open, yet when you check in, you could still feel that it's not really that open. Before we were given the go signal, the lady also asked about our eARRIVAL card, if we already completed it. And luckily we did. We showed her our eARRIVAL card. That was from Chicago O'Hare. That is number 1. Number 2, the eARRIVAL card, which you have the option to present it upon arrival or present it before boarding the plane. Ours, we already did it before boarding the plane. For you to travel in the Philippines, don't choose the option where you complete the eARRIVAL form, eARRIVAL card when you arrive here in the airport. Don't do that. So for you to have a hassle-free travel so that everything will be smooth, complete your eARRIVAL card before boarding the plane. It doesn't take you long. It would just take you 5 or 3 minutes to complete the eARRIVAL card. So why not do it before boarding the plane? Because even if they said that you can complete that during arrival, they would still ask you about your eARRIVAL card if you already have completed. Our flight was from Chicago O'Hare going to Los Angeles Airport. We took the Philippine Airlines. When we checked in, the lady again asked for our eARRIVAL card. So if you don't have the eARRIVAL card, if you don't have the completed eARRIVAL card, what are you gonna present? There was not a lot of hassle in Los Angeles Airport because we already had the eARRIVAL card completed. Now, the mask mandate. We traveled on October 31, so mask was still imposed. From Chicago O'Hare to Los Angeles, there was no mask required. But when we arrived at Los Angeles Airport, that is where the mask is required. When we were in the airport, we already had the mask on. Then, even when we checked in, we also had the mask on. Then for the whole flight, the mask was there. Mask was still required in the flight, then in Manila and here in Davao. We arrived Manila on November 1, 2022. It was the day when the mask was already lifted, supposedly. However, when we arrived Manila, you could not enter, you could not get into everywhere in the airport without the mask on. And today is November 4, 2022. Mask is still imposed in here in Davao City. Mask is still required even until now. So when we arrived in Avida condo, this is the condominium. Mask was required. We could not transact business without the mask. When we went to the mall yesterday, mask was still imposed. Everywhere we go here, mask is required in Davao City as well as in Manila. When you are in the real situation, the changes don't take effect right away. So that's it. You still have to follow the old requirements. For unvaccinated travelers, I'm not so sure because I haven't really talked to any unvaccinated ones. All the ones I talked to in the airport were all vaccinated ones and even boosted. My husband and I were just fully vaccinated, but we were not boosted. But the trip was fine. You can see here in the Philippines, people still wear a mask. Yes, and I have talked to my friends. They said they're used to wearing masks. They don't have a problem wearing a mask, which is a very good thing. For those of you who are also traveling, going here in the Philippines, if you have the same experience with me or if you have a different experience, please try to share so others who are planning to come here would have an idea what to do. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you on my next video. Bye!